It's Windwellness Nerd Out time! Looking at Natty while I'm doing it, that's why I'm smiling so much. Woo! Happy Windwellness Nerd Out time, you guys. Happy today, third day here of 2022. I'm not going to say that for every day of 2022, but it just turned 2022, so it's all right, I guess, for now. And today, we're going to be talking about great sources of antioxidants. Now, we were talking about free radicals and reactive oxygen species yesterday and the day prior. And how they can lead to many chronic diseases, chronic inflammation, things like that. So let's get into a bunch of good sources to help us combat those free radicals. Albeit you could just look them up. We do a lot of the dirty work here for you at Wend Wellness. So actually the highest on the ORAC capacity is the oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Is how they grade these antioxidants. And at, I think it was 343,900 were coffee cherries. Interestingly, the fruit that surrounds the coffee bean, commonly discarded when harvesting coffee beans, is the coffee fruit. Well, it's extremely potent in terms of its antioxidant properties, and companies are now using coffee cherries in themselves in packaged foods and things and mixing them with all sorts of things. So that is number one, right? Those are number one, coffee cherries. Sumac, number two. Indian gooseberry, also on that list, number three. And this will vary between different sources, right? But this is one source I saw. It seems like this stuff's changing all the time, and there are a ton of different opinions out there, whatever. But sorghum bran was another really good one. Baobab, I'm sure you have that all the time. This is another good one. An acai berry, we know what that is. That's good. I can eat that. I'll never find the other stuff. So what are some sources of antioxidants that we have commonly in our everyday life? Well, in terms of spices, you've got allspice, basil, cinnamon, cloves, oregano, turmeric, green mint. In terms of fruits, we have plums and pomegranate being two of the highest. And actually, dried fruit has more antioxidants than fresh fruit. But dried fruit has a little bit more sugar, most likely, and more calories. So, this does come with one con there. So you're probably better off with the fresh fruit, right? But in terms of antioxidants, actually, dried fruit is more. Berries, we've got our famous blueberries we talk about here all the time with that pterostilbene, right, and anthocyanins they contain. But blueberries, blackberries. Now, in terms of blueberries and blackberries, actually, blackberries are lower in the glycemic index. They've I think it's about half the sugar per cup, and as do blueberries. Blueberries are around 15, and blackberries are higher in vitamin C, albeit blueberries are more nutritionally dense overall, and blueberries are higher in vitamins B1, B5, and B6. Okay, now other sources say blueberries are straight up higher in antioxidants. Some say blackberries are higher. Most say blueberries, so we're going to go with that. But they're both great, guys. Dark berries are fantastic. Raspberries are good as well. Goji berries, cranberries, we said acai berries, and strawberries. Another great source of antioxidants. When we talk about nuts and seeds, we have walnuts, chestnuts, pistachios, pecans, flax seeds, and sesame seeds on that list. When we talk about our vegetables, we're looking at things like kale, cauliflower, spinach, beets, and artichoke, for example. Artichoke's high in antioxidants. Lentil, get your pulses, all right? Pulses are great for so many reasons. Not just antioxidants, but they're high fiber and protein content. And our pulses are our lentils, our beans, and peas, right? Our legumes. And so we got things like red kidney beans, black beans, peas, and lentils, all right? Let's see what else we got here for you. We told you a bunch of berries. I told you a bunch of fruits. I told you a bunch of vegetables. Told you a bunch of spices, nuts and seeds. That's a long list. So if you get any of those throughout your everyday dietary routine, well, that's fantastic. If you don't, maybe get some more of them. There are also many other sources of antioxidants out there in nature. Those are just some that I think you might have in the refrigerator, maybe in the pantry, that you can eat today. So to help combat free radicals and reactive oxygen species and excessive lipid peroxidation and whatnot in the body, okay, to help to prevent the onset. This is a prophylactic preventative thing, preventing the onset of disease later on, whether it be neurodegenerative disease, age-related eye diseases, excuse me, tongue twister there, or diabetes, like we said, neurodegenerative disease like Parkinson's, chronic inflammation, right? So it is important to be getting our antioxidants every day. Now, I do want to say this comes with a caveat. I was reading a study that came out very recently that said too many antioxidants in the diet actually can have a negative impact on muscle growth. And we'll talk about that tomorrow because it's a super fascinating study. And it's all about how the too many antioxidants, too little or too much of anything is not good, right? We need that healthy balance. But, most of us don't have to worry about getting too many antioxidants. Most of us have to worry about the opposite, right? But if you are a real health freak, and you load excessively on antioxidants, well, it may be impeding muscle growth. So we'll talk about that tomorrow and its impact on mitochondrial functioning. That is excessive antioxidant intake, and that's all we got for you guys today. So you have a fantastic rest of your day, you guys, and happy Wend Wellness. Thank you.